Okay, so I get asked a lot, what actually is the centerpiece at Polly's place? And there's no short answer. So I'm doing this video to just give a brief rundown of what it is, why I'm installing it, and the overall point. So I'm gonna give a little walking tour around it, explaining, because I think right now you can begin to see what I've been envisioning. Okay, so in essence, this is going to end up looking like a tree stump, right? So all the concrete will be brown with maybe a darker brown rim right there. And you can see there's actually the hint of perhaps two trees that were growing from one space. And that design was created to incorporate the two water tanks that are inside. Regular IBC, I think it's IBC, 150 gallon tanks or whatever. Maybe there's 50 gallon, I can't recall. But we were donated two tanks. Now, the term water tank is misleading because we're never gonna use them as water tanks. What they're doing in this sculpture is they are the interior open space, so that when we install lighting on the inside, this whole piece lights up. Now I'm looking at the front of it here as seen from the street. Every night this lights up already from our sponsor who put $1,000 towards this with its little solar panel up top. And we're gonna incorporate a lot of solar features. So the way I see it now, a number of these holes will actually have solar lights, and so the inside will light up because of the solar tops and the lights on the inside, right? Now others, I've broken a whole bunch. You can see it over there. I went to Goodwill and broke a whole bunch of colored glass to get big pieces. To a lot of these openings will have colored glass on them. So a tree stump surrounded by a fairy village, elven fairy type village. And so on that tree stump will be painted characters and flowers and vines. This main entrance here, which is between the two tanks, and there's one opposing it on the other side, will actually have a door on it, where so far anybody observing this art piece will begin the scavenger hunt on this art piece. This isn't just something pretty, and it's not just a bird bath with the goddess symbol right here. And when it rains, there are certain little waterfalls that I've created in here that do come alive. It's not just that, it's an active gaming piece. So there will be QR codes scattered throughout this whole thing, hidden in different places, and you'll have to scan them in the right order to win the scavenger hunt, right? So if you can imagine, now this is mortar up top. I'm going to be doing another layer of just cement, Portland cement. But anyway, if you can imagine this all cemented over and with brown, with dark lines to make it look like a tree trunk or stump. And then all of these holes that I've drilled through in the tank lit up from within with colored glass. Okay? And stuff like these twist off, which will have things inside. And this, cut that open. I'll be cobbing that and putting little, so there'll be different colors in there. I just cut one big hole. But here's an example of just boom. That's gonna light up, right? And something's gonna be going on over here. Down in these little caves, something's gonna be going on. You pop this cork and get into this space in some way. Little puzzles that I have an idea for a lot of them, and a vision, like I got a kind of Mines of Moria idea going on here. And this fills with water and all that. But as I'm building it, I'm kind of like, oh, that'd be kind of neat to do there. You know, a perfect example of what I call slow building, which is really great for the creative process because you have time to think about new ideas. Right, and inside all that, I even forgot, that's a total, inside there is a total cave, which I'm thinking you might have to use little mirrored tools to like see what's going on in there. I'm not quite sure. But you can see this trench all the way around is all meant to capture water and pour, and so when it's raining out, or say some sprinkler system is going on, this whole thing will come alive in that way, and all the water actually drains to this bottom corner of the art piece and into this well, which then drains, you know, out into whatever. So I'm also thinking that when the water is going, it'd be neat to have perhaps a sponge it hits that completes an electric circuit that creates sounds like thunder and lightning, you know, things like that. I got this wire all on this side, but as you can see, it's going to be a very unique piece. And then of course right here, I just started building what will be a bit of a living throne. So things will be growing up behind that, and there'll be like a cape of green moss and whatnot behind it where people can sit, a little photo op. And if you sit perfectly right here, it lines up with that post on the art piece, the post of the fence, and the tree, right? So we're doing kind of a lot of alignment things here. And this post in the middle represents the exact middle of this circular part of the garden, and therefore the garden itself. So given all of that, and understanding that we have a kind of lore around Mother Earth sending Polly the possum to Port Huron to show the community a better way of living that we've forgotten and fallen out of practice of by staying close to the land and close to our food supply, because Mother Earth looked up around and saw that it was bad, you know? And so Polly the possum is her emissary, and this art piece effectively is Polly's spawn-in point in our world. And it's her job to go around and inspire us, and then also recruit other mascots that she imbues with magical earthy abilities to also teach people in other communities. So Penelope, is a butterfly in Paducah, and that's Penny's place. So that, as standing on this art piece, is like that way. So on the art piece, there will be a butterfly representation, like a compass, that if you go from this center point of this art piece in a straight line through the butterfly, it will take you directly to Penny's place. Feel me? So there'll probably be more added to it as things go on here, but I really do, you know, as long as we can get the funding to finish the cement and get some paints and whatnot, it'll be a few $100s. It shouldn't be too hard to get together. You know, we're not that far away from this actually being done, all things considered. It's been a ton of labor, but now's the finer points. But hopefully you can see it coming together. I know I finally can. And again, I think people will come from all over to engage with this scavenger hunt that will also send people to other gardens we have, and perhaps even local businesses on like a citywide scavenger hunt. But it starts here at Polly's place. Yeah, hope you're digging it.